Hey guys, it's Mary. So today I wanted to do my September wrap up and October TBR. So September was kind of a good reading month for me. It wasn't bad, it wasn't wonderful, it was in the middle. And October is going to be nuts. So let's get started. So the first book I read was Alex Approximately, which is a wonderful book. I would highly recommend it. A girl moves to live with her father, and it is where her friend online lives, and she doesn't tell her friend online she's moving to where he lives. So she is being tormented by this guy who she doesn't know is her friend online. And it's just this really amazing love story. If you like You've Got Mail, it's really amazing. The next one I read was A Long Conversation. It was like a mini ebook that I realized was in the back of Lady Midnight, which I probably could have saved money on, but I didn't realize it yet. But it's just like this little short story that I don't want to ruin, spoil anything on. But it's just this little cute, fun story in the 5 years, between Shadowhunter Academy and Lady Midnight, maybe even Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows. I don't know. The next one would be Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which goes along with Splintered, which is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. I really liked Alice in Wonderland. I had only seen the Disney version. I hadn't seen the Splinter. I hadn't read the book. I listened to the book. I actually bought the book in illustrations when I was up in Wisconsin a few weeks ago for a wedding. So it's really cool. It's really old and nice, so I didn't want to bring it out, but it's really cool. And then to go along with that, Splintered, I read to get the whole Alice in Wonderland story. And this is the story about Alice's great granddaughter. So many greats. Which is what I would use to describe this book. It was great. It is about Alyssa Gardner, who can hear bugs. She learns that Wonderland is not all fake, and she learns that there's a darker kind of version of it, that even though Wonderland exists, it's not the Wonderland that Alice Little made up. It's a darker version, which I really loved. I have a full review up, so I'm going to put that link in the description. Please watch. The next book I read was the mini ebook that comes after it, and it deals with Morpheus, a character in Splintered, watching Jebediah's memories of Alyssa, who is Alyssa's friend. So that's a mini ebook I read without saying too much. It was very good. I would highly recommend it, especially if you are a Morpheus and Alyssa shipper. And then the next book I have been reading throughout the month with my Bookstacked book club. And if you don't know what Bookstacked is, it is a website I write for. We have started a book club, and we decided that this month we were going to read Because You Love to Hate Me, 13 Tales of Bellamy. And this deals with 13 stories, and it is from well-known authors and also booktubers who challenge the authors, who give the authors a challenge about villains, and that's where the villains come from. The villain stories come from the challenge. And it's really an interesting book to see what kind of challenges the authors have had. And it's also really interesting to see the way different authors write. It's one of those bind-up stories, like Long Day, Summer Days and Summer Nights, and My True Love Gave to Me, Geektastic stories. And I just kind of love those books because it just brings together all these authors, and you're just like comparing writing styles and seeing how each author is different. And I just really love that. So I found that book a great read. I think it was 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think some of the tales could have been better, but that's just my personal opinion. And then the last book that I fully finished is Fairy Tale, and it is my book. You notice it says library. I bought it at the library for $0.25. It is the story of a girl and her boyfriend who have been together for like 15 years, like as best friends, as boyfriend and girlfriend. And then suddenly one day this guy comes in and says to the boy and the boy's family and the girl that the girl's boyfriend is a fairy, and that the boy and her boyfriend were switched at birth. So you can understand that this book is a little weird. It's meant for fans of Twilight and Wicked Lovely, because Twilight has that kind of supernatural feel and Wicked Lovely is fairies. So it's a nice crossover. I don't think this book was that bad. I didn't think it was that great, but it deals with how this girl is going around, like, dealing with the fact that her boyfriend in a week's time has to go away to the other world, the fairy world, and marry this girl that absolutely hates her, because, like, these two are together. And this is all going to happen on their 16th birthday, so it's really, like, time-consuming, and it deals with her trying to grow into herself. It's dealing with her boyfriend and herself's problems with her feelings for this upcoming guy, and her realizing that maybe she shouldn't like this guy. And also she's a psychic, which is just a throwaway kind of thing. And it's like, why is this even in here? It's not even mentioned that much. So it was fine, but it wasn't great. And the books I'm going to read for October, some of them I've already started. For instance, I am reading listening to Warcross by Maria Liu. It is Bookstack's October book of the month. And I'm just getting a head start because I have a ton of books to read. So that's one book. I'm really enjoying it so far. If you don't know what it's about, it is about this gamer who hacks into this game, and then she hacks into this virtual reality that our future has. The creator of Warcross, the virtual game, wants to meet with her. So it's interesting so far. The next book I've been promising to read for the past year or so is Lady at Midnight. I said I was going to read this. It is very long. I am somewhat far in it. I'm like 170 something pages into it. It's good. It's going to take me a while, but I find it really interesting so far. I like the characters of Emma and Julian. The fact is, I haven't read about them in so long that when they're kind of going through talking about their family, I'm just like, what happened again? Because the last time we see them besides Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy is A City of Heavenly Fire, and I haven't read that in very long. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm excited to read it. The next books I bought 3 last night, so they're coming. But I bought 2 today because in November, at the beginning of November, Anderson's Bookshop, this local bookshop mini chain in Chicago, has this young adult authors conference where all of these young adult authors are coming. And last year I went and it was so cool. I met Adam Silvera, I met Miranda Keneally, I met Ellen Hopkins. It was so awesome, and I can't wait to go again this year. And a lot of the authors I realized I didn't know by name, but I realized I knew them by books. So I'm just excited to read these books because I haven't read a lot of them. I think I've only read Adam Silvera's book, one of them out of the 3, and 2 Amber Sherra's books, the first 2, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So the 3 books that are actually coming are It's Not Me, It's You by Stephanie Strom, which I actually kind of forget what it's about. That really sucks. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and Kara Thomas's Little Monsters. And all of them I'm very excited about reading. They look so interesting. I've heard great things about them. And I kind of forget what they're about, but I know they're going to be interesting. The next book in October I plan to read is The Shadow, Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess, which is about a sorceress and how she's the first female sorceress in ages. She is a prophesized one. She thinks, but she is not. And there's a battle looming, and she has to decide if she wants to risk the city or the one she loves. And yes, I just read that off the back because I am not good with summaries. And it's one I've been wanting to read for a while. The cover kind of draws you in, and the plot is looks really interesting because it's talking about how her fellow trainees will challenge her or fight for her or betray her, which is really interesting. And then the last book, which is going to be my 7th and final book, I'm hoping. Lady Midnight may take me into December. I hope not. But it is The Best Kind of Magic by Crystal Sestari. And this book is about how this girl can see matches. Like, you know how that saying that everybody has a soulmate and like these love matches, she can actually see them. So like she doesn't have the genie gene, it's skipped over her like in her family, but like she can see these, and it's she can see these love matches. Her like this person comes in to her mother's magic shop and wants to find his missing girlfriend, and she realizes she can see his match, but it isn't his girlfriend, and she's wondering how does she go ahead with this guy when like she is helping him look for this girl. So this seems interesting. This seems like, I don't want to say a book that I read called Seriously Wicked, but like I like the little witchy stories, like, which always like interest me, little like teenage witches. But these 7 books are going to like bring me joy, and I can't bring up my phone right now. But these books that are in my hands on the table or are in incoming boxes are hopefully going to bring me joy in the next month. And I hope I get to finish all 7 of them. If I don't, I'll go into December or lay them down. I know I still haven't read Jennifer Niven's All the Bright Places, which I got last year, but I still have Aragon and Beautiful Creatures on my shelf, which I got 4 years ago, 5, and I still haven't read those. Not ashamed to say that. So many other books. But yeah, what are you guys reading for October? What did you guys read for September? Let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye!